G'day folks, today we are reviewing the M18 FUEL Hackzall.
Yep.
Which is the M18 FHZ. This is their first fuel or brushless Hackzall in the M18 class. They've already had one for the 12.
Yeah.
They've got the big Sawzall.
Yes.
Which
we'll chat about after.
Yeah, but we both really like this form factor.
I absolutely loved it. I haven't used this form before in the 18, of course, but absolutely loved it. So you will notice that Milwaukee sent us one that's slightly dirty. I didn't do this intro before we used it. I've used it, and we're going to get into some footage now.
Yeah.
I think it's a beast, and it really blew me away. So
cool. Okay, so we both had a play with this. You took it and decided to use it as a shovel.
I did use it as a shovel. Full disclosure, it's abuse, some of the footage that you'll see, and Milwaukee will not be impressed at what I did. A few viewers on Instagram already were not impressed with what I did.
Okay.
The reason why you see these little mud and everything. Look, I had to use this thing on site. We were pulling out massive tree stumps, and it turned out instead of sitting there chipping away some of the clay, because we didn't have a monstrous excavator, we got this with some of these pruning blades, and I literally was carving the clay out, the solid clay, from in between the roots, and then using exactly the same blade at the same time to cut these roots off right down deep to actually pull it. So I did abuse it. This thing had a full mud handle. We lost it multiple times because it was actually just orange. I was a little bit worried we buried it. So I used and abused it in that particular scenario. It's tough as nails. I absolutely loved it. It was super comfortable.
Excellent. I took it out to a job site. I was helping a carpenter mate. We were widening a door.
Yep.
On a two-story house, and so we had a bunch of studs to cut out. Top plate, bottom plate, that sort of thing. I didn't take a lot of footage because we were busy, but I took a bit of footage, and it was really stinking handy, especially up on the ladder, cutting up high above your head, where, you know, having a big heavy one feels a bit more awkward. Yeah. I really appreciated it.
The ergonomics of it is amazing, and is what blew me away. We'll talk about the Sawzall in a second, just for a moment. But I've always whinged and moaned about the Sawzall. The minute I picked this thing up, it's genuinely one-handed for me. Yep. This is 1.85 kilos without a battery.
That's right.
The Sawzall is 3.5 kilo.
That's right.
Without a battery, or thereabouts, 3.45. I've always whinged about this because I've got little chicken arms, I think. I can't actually hold that easily. That's considerable weight difference. I've always whinged and whined and said, why don't they put a handle here?
Sure.
So when I picked that up, absolute dream.
Yeah, I mean, most tradies are just used to using a Recipro like this and having one hand underneath.
Yep.
Or if you're cutting upside down, you know, like on the top.
You saying I'm not a tradie?
I'm saying that people are used to the lack of ergonomics of Recipro saws. Sure. So it's not a matter of this being a piece of junk. This is actually one of the best Recipro saws out there. Yep. But if you can use a Hackzall shaped unit, the ergonomics are much nicer. Yeah, and I think a bit of the trade-off for a person like me who, honestly, I'm going to go to this every day versus picking that up now. Yeah. The trade-off is I'm going to whack blades in this probably a little more often to keep some sharper blades in, because it's going to take longer. You'll probably see a little bit of footage where this is twice as quick. A little bit more than twice as fast. Yep, in some metal and in some timber. Yeah, that's right. We just did a quick one. It's not highly scientific, but it's much faster. Yep. Over twice as fast. Yep. So if you're cutting big stuff, if you're cutting like posts and, you know, or solid steel, things like that, you're not going to want to spend all day there.
True, and this with a 22mm stroke rate, and that at a 30 or thereabouts.
Ish, yeah.
That's going to play into it. Then the weight of that unit's going to play into it. And longevity, I asked a question about this. This is plastic clamshell, and all you can see is plastic and rubber overmold. I got no issues with it because I smoked this thing and had no problems. That's got a lot of metal on it.
Yeah, yeah. I'd say that's going to be a lot more heavy duty as a general tool.
Yep, yeah.
But this doubles as a tool that is super handy at home as well for pruning.
Yep.
You know, chopping up little bits of firewood, things like that.
Yeah, for sure.
For the fireplace, but yeah, we're big fans of this. I've used the Bosch one as well. We've used the M12 one. Yep. M12 Fuel.
Well, the M12 is the one that sat on my wall and been my go-to.
Yeah.
Until I got this, and there's a considerable power difference, obviously, of course, M18.
Yeah.
So, majority of the test here, I ran the axe blades, some torch blades, and actually ran some Diablo pruning blades.
Yeah.
Those blades are absolute weapons. Apparently, Milwaukee has got pruning blades. So I'm an idiot. I didn't know. That's the majority of the blades we've used across the nearly 3 months, I think, that we've had it.
Yeah.
And abused it.
Yeah.
And it is cracker. This thing's not as pretty as any of my tools normally, because I have actually used it like a proper worker and scratched the daylights out of it.
A shovel.
So
yeah, I used an axe blade when cutting out studs and stuff, and it does really well.
Yeah, okay, cool.
We did note how, like on a lot of reciprocating saws, with the blade in, you can't cut flush like for a bottom plate on a house.
Yeah, in your doorways.
So you know, I had to just chop out most of it and then bang the rest out with a chisel.
Yeah. One thing I was saying to Dwayne, I had a comment from the son of a builder. With this, you can't sort of get it flush. Oh, with the standard sawzall, you put the blade in upside down and flip it upside down.
Yeah.
Well, we did that, and we haven't got it to show you right now, but when you line it up, the blade form is almost identical.
The same sort of angle.
Yeah, so even though you've got that upside down, and most guys are used to doing that for your doorway bottom plates, this is identical up the right way.
And doesn't require you to change the blade around.
Correct. So, a couple of things I would like personally. I know this is designed as a compact unit. Yep. I'd love an adjustable shoe. If we're going out and buying blades, good blades that all these manufacturers tell us to, I want to have an adjustable shoe to get myself an inch and a half, because you should, in most times, actually use it against the shoe. That's the proper operation. We all pull it back a bit to try and get the sharpest part of the blade. I'd love an adjustable shoe.
Yep.
And then I would like a rafter hook on it as well. But I don't know if they're not looking at that saying, no, this is not our heavy duty. The Sawzall is.
Yeah.
We don't want framers using this all day, every day. Not sure.
Yeah.
I'd like that.
I certainly think the adjustable shoe would add a fair bit of length to the tool.
Yeah, probably
which
would.
maybe goes against the nature and design of this tool.
Yep.
But it'd be nice to have for sure.
Yeah, and again, we were talking about, I'm not a massive fan of this quick lock because I actually struggled when it had mud and crap in it.
Yeah.
Which isn't out of the ordinary completely. I struggled to open that one-handed and drop a blade in sometimes. But I suppose if you went the Sawzall type option, I think you're going to end up extending it a bit as well.
Yeah. This is pretty standard.
Yeah, it is.
For this shape.
Yep.
In both, you know, the Milwaukee M12 and M18, the Bosch, that sort of stuff.
It was my job with this one to pick the crap out of it.
Yep.
And I overall love it. There's a couple of things I'd like different. Yep. But if that's the compromises, then I reckon that's a good job done.
Yeah.
So I used it with 5, 6s, and that is a 9. So is that. You just probably can't see it.
Yeah.
Absolute jet.
Yeah. For me, as someone who doesn't use a big Recipro, like doesn't need one a lot.
Yep.
An M18 FUEL Hackzall is probably my favourite one to have at hand at any time. You know, I think, especially if I've got a chainsaw, if I've got anything really big to cut, then that would be my middle ground. Yeah, that's the one that I would have if I could only have one for sure.
I cut some crazy stuff, and I did just say to you as you came in, I said that stuff I think is one of my favourite tools ever. Yeah. Just off the cuff. Yeah. So
it is. It's good.
Really like it, guys. Highly recommend it. Get out, check out your stores when there's trade nights and demos on. Go and use it. We're not yanking your chain. It's a comfortable, tough unit.
Yeah, beautiful. All right, well, thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Please have a look at our new website, oztootalk.com. Hit us up on Facebook, Instagram.
We're always doing stuff.
And hit the comments.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Bye.